Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors Dynasty. It is time to officially get the rebuild kicked off with the new head coach, Johnny Sparkplug McNulty. First things first, we went over some things in the last episode about in-house recruiting, and I just want to lay out kind of officially more or less what those house rules will be. So for now, I will only be recruiting from the following places: Hawaii, California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Texas, and any international players. Those are the main pipelines currently for the Rainbow Warriors, and I think add a unique challenge to the series, where with the Yukon Dynasty last year, I didn't have any sort of house rules, and it was just about snagging the best players available. One comment put it really well on the last video, that this series might be a bit more about getting lower tier guys and developing them rather than just going out and snagging the best high school recruits, and that provides a more unique challenge. I will also, for now, be allowing myself one 4-star recruit per year, but they must fit a couple of parameters. The first thing is that they must be from one of the previously mentioned locations. And the other thing is that if they are not from Hawaii, they must have at least some level of interest in playing for the university to begin with. So basically, if there's a 4-star recruit from Texas, they need to have interest in Hawaii before I will pursue them, and I will only allow myself one 4-star per year until Hawaii gets better and we feel like more 4-stars would be willing to head out to the islands. Or if that player is from Hawaii, they do not have to have a previous interest in the university according to the game. So to give you an example, the 4-star recruit I'm going after this year is Shaq Moffitt. He has no previous interest in Hawaii, but his hometown is Honolulu, which is why I am allowing myself to pursue him, and he will be the only 4-star that we will be pursuing this season. Hawaii this year is losing 27 seniors, so it's a lot about bringing bodies into the mix. And with the fact that we only have 450 hours in this initial recruiting phase, I didn't do a whole lot of scouting. Unfortunately, we just don't have the points to afford to do so and also pursue as many players as we need to. So you'll see here that I sent out 29 total scholarships, all to positions of need, and for the most part to players that at least have some interest in Hawaii, but all of the players are from one of the previous mentioned states. But we'll get a little deeper into recruiting as the season progresses and as we can see what players we are going to be able to pursue more heavily. For now, I want to get into the season, get into the game, and get this dynasty kicked off. Welcome everybody. It's a new year, a new game, and a new dynasty on College Football 26. It's raining here in Hawaii to start the new dynasty. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors take the field for the first time in the series. Today, they'll face off against an ACC opponent to kick off the season. It's the Stanford Cardinal. It is 99 degrees Fahrenheit here in Honolulu and absolutely dumping rain. And here we go. We are officially underway in the Rainbow Warriors Dynasty. Stanford back deep to return. They'll bring it out from about the 1, and they're going to start from the left hash at the 12. Johnny Sparkplug McNulty, the new head coach of the Rainbow Warriors. Let's see what he's got. Stanford is an ACC opponent, though they appear to be one of the weaker teams in the ACC. So we'll see how we match up against them, as the first play actually goes for -1 yard. That's Elijah Brown in the backfield as the quarterback, sending his tight end out to the left. It's a fake handoff and then a dump to their star tight end. That is Sam Roush, the best player on this offense for the Cardinal. And that is set up a 3rd down and 4. Can we get a stop on our first defensive showing? Another throw to Sam, and this one's going to go for a 1st down up to the 30. And that is, of course, the first down on the season for Stanford. So now let's see if this Hawaii defense can reset and get a stop this time around. Brown brings him in to the left side. Looks to throw, and down he goes. It's going to be the first sack in the series. It's Jackie Johnson, the 3rd in the backfield. Looked like he was perhaps unblocked, and down goes Brown. A loss of 5 for Stanford. So now a 2nd and long situation and an empty backfield for Elijah Brown, who will of course look to throw. Another one in the air for his tight end, who has all 3 of the catches so far today. 3rd and 6 coming up. So from their own 34, Hawaii with another chance to get a stop defensively. Brown running out of time, scrambling left side, hit as he throws. This one is launched out of the back of the end zone, rolling to the wrong side. What kind of arm strength does this Elijah Brown kid have? A stop for Hawaii. Stanford will punt it away. So for the first time in the series, here is the Hawaii offense, led out by the freshman transfer, DeMarcius Davis. He wears number 20 as a quarterback, which is obviously very visually upsetting, but nothing I can do about it, as it's the first play of the series, and Davis, hit as he throws, falls harmlessly to the turf. And there's an injury on the play as well. In the previous episode, I did mention that I would be comfortable starting Micah Alihado. He has a weaker arm, but he's much more accurate when it comes to short and medium accuracies. So for now, we're going to give Davis his chance, but just know that Alihado is waiting in the background. On 2nd and 10, Davis back to throw, wants his tight end Devin Tauefa, who breaks the tackle, gets a block, fighting for the yardage, and has a pickup of 7. This offensive line is a big-time weakness for the Rainbow Warriors. Davis is definitely going to have to focus on getting the ball out quickly as he'll look to throw again, and he does get the ball out quickly. This is Jackson Harris on the reception, and a good pickup for the Rainbow Warriors up to the enemy 31. 1st and 10 in Stanford territory, and it's going to be the first carry on the season for Cam Barfield, but he's going to lose 2 yards. 2nd and 12 will try again, setting up a screen for Barfield this time, trying to get the ball in his hands. He makes a move, gets some of the yardage back, but it's still a 3rd and 7. So a 3rd and medium now, 6.5 left to play here in the first quarter. Davis looks to throw, gets this one out to Harris once again. It's another first for Hawaii, and we're in the red zone. From the Stanford 14, Barfield will get another carry following those blockers. It's a pretty good pickup for Cam Barfield. 2nd down and 2 from the 6. Another handoff, Barfield. Can he make one man miss? Trying to get to the 1st down marker. He is just inches shy of it. So Landon Sims has checked into the backfield now. 5 minutes left to play in the first. Landon gets the carry, and he does get the 1st down, but only barely. 1st down and goal from the 3. Davis back to pass, buying his time, throwing for Harris, and his 3rd catch of the day goes for 6. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. The first touchdown on the season and of the series. From Davis to Harris, we may have found the duo. Touchdown as Hawaii strikes first. 7-0 for the Warriors as the first is dwindling away. Elijah Brown looking to throw, and down he goes again, the 2nd sack of the day for Hawaii. A blitz was sent, it wasn't picked up, and Jalen Smith gets the sack. So a 2nd and 18 now for the Cardinal. Brown back to pass again. This one forced out of the hands of his target. 3rd and 18 from their own 5. The Rainbow Warriors came to play so far today. Brown under some pressure, lobbing this one to his tight end, swatted away by the safety, and it's a 4th down. They're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. That was Kilinahe Mendiola Jensen on the deflection. Things are looking great so far for Hawaii. Great starting field position on this new drive as well. Davis throwing underneath, doing a great job of getting that ball out quickly. First grab for the star wideout, Nick Senecal. 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. So we look to pass with Davis. And he's taking a shot further downfield for Harris, who makes the catch and is out of bounds at the 2. What a day for Jackson Harris. His 4th grab. Davis is feeling it in his debut at Hawaii. And now 1st and goal from the 2. It's going to be Barfield to the outside, trying to find the edge. Touchdown as the ball crosses the plane. And Hawaii will take a 2-score lead here early in this one. The Rainbow Warriors proving that they can hang at the very least with a team like Stanford. Before y'all call me out, I am on Heisman difficulty. You cannot change it in the middle of the game. It just appears that I'll need to find some sliders. So will this Warriors defense keep it up, or will Stanford figure something out here in the rain? A handoff to the right side, finding the edge, and that's going to be a big pickup for the halfback Cedric Irvin. So a good start to Stanford's new drive. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Irvin getting another carry, this time to the left, and it's another decent one a pickup of 8. Relying more heavily on the run so far to start this drive. Obviously, it's only been 2 plays, but they've been very successful ones. So they go back to it. Irvin trucks one defender and then goes down at the Hawai'i 40. First down and 10. Irvin, another carry up the gut. The blocking's great for him. And it's another pickup of 5. If you're picking up 5 yards every play, why go to anything other than the ground game? This has easily been the best drive so far. But they'll go to the air here, buying time, and with plenty of it, swatted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5, it's empty for Elijah Brown. Blitz on its way from Hawai'i to the outside to his tight end, and he's not going to get the first. It is 4th and 4, and they're bringing out the field goal unit. This is a long one, about 51 yards from this right hash, and in the rain. They'll let the clock hit 0, though, and maybe reevaluate as we head into the second quarter. Hawai'i up 14. Kick is on its way, and that is money from that right hash. Field goal is good, and Stanford is officially on the board. It is 14-3. 1st and 10 from our own 21 as the Rainbow Warriors take over on offense once again. Davis goes down, couldn't find anybody open. 2nd and forever now. Barfield in motion. Davis throws that out to Barfield, makes the catch, a little bit of running room, makes a nice move, and now it's a 3rd and 9. So from the 22 now, 9 yards to go for the first, as Davis is gonna go down again. No time to throw there, and Stanford will get a stop defensively. The momentum starting to shift a little bit maybe. Great starting field position for Stanford. From their own 48, Irvin up the middle, and nice way to get off the block there. Still a pickup of 4, though, for Stanford. Brown will keep it this time, throws to his tight end, his favorite target, and he's just a yard shy of that first down, his 5th catch already on the day. 3rd and very short, 1 yard to go. Irvin gets the carry. We're right there, though, and he doesn't get it. Stanford's gonna have to punt it away. We were in the backfield very quickly. The initial hit was from backup safety Tim Malo, and then Robinson cleans it up. An excellent punt pins us at our own 4. So go a tough start here for Hawai'i. Davis will hand off Barfield, breaking a tackle actually. Thought he was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage, but he made it through somehow. Busy day so far for the junior halfback. Now it's a 2nd and 6. And a quick throw to Pofele Ashlock. First time we're calling his name today. He slid down a yard shy of the first. So a 3rd and 1 here for Hawai'i. And it's a direct snap to Barfield. And he gets the first, reaching across for it. I cannot tell you guys how happy this animation just made me. The fact that a player will actively reach for a first now when they're close to the line is something I have been begging for years. On 2nd and 10, Davis back to throw again. Gets it out quickly, but hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Intended target there was Nick Senecal, and now it's a 3rd and 10. And Davis is going to give Senecal a chance once again. Senecal goes up and gets it. It's a first down for the Rainbow Warriors. What a snag from the star wideout. Sometimes you just got to give your players a chance. That's what Davis did right there. Now a 1st and 10 from the 47. Davis takes the snap. He will hand it off to Barfield. And man, that was excellent closeout speed from the Stanford defender. 2nd and 7 now. Davis will look to throw, has a man downfield. It's Harris, but it's swatted away by the DB. That makes it a 3rd and 7 from the 50-yard line for Hawai'i. Davis is back to pass, has a man. It's Harris. It's swatted away and nearly intercepted. Throw was probably just a touch late for Jackson Harris. It's 4th and 7. So the Hawai'i offense has quieted down here with about 6 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Stanford looking to mount that comeback. Irvin up the middle. The blocking has been genuinely very good for Cedric Irvin. In the rain, sometimes you just got to go to the bread and butter. And oftentimes, that's the ground game. Irvin fake to him this time. Breaking out of that is Brown and finding an open target. What a play by the quarterback, Elijah Brown. Brown looked like he was dead, sandwiched in between 2 D tackles, spins out of it and makes a somewhat accurate throw. Admittedly, it's a duck, but a first is a first. What a play. Now Brown looks to throw again. 1st and 10. This time he's not breaking out of the sandwich. It's a sack for Hawaii once again, as Brown can't get rid of it quickly. 2nd and long for the Cardinal. Brown fakes and then keeps. He's scrambling to the left, being chased by Robinson, has just enough speed to stay ahead of him. And that's going to be a very solid 12-yard pickup. 3rd down and 3. Elijah Brown to throw, and to the outside, need a good tackle, and Smith gets it done. 4th and 6. Stanford will also punt it away. Very impressive showing so far from the Rainbow Warriors defense. Obviously getting some help from the weather, but doing a lot of it themselves. Davis will throw. Finds Jackson Harris, who's been his favorite target so far today. He will get the 1st down. Jackson Harris, only a sophomore, hopefully has a lot of development coming his way in the future. Rainbow Warriors, 1st and 10 from the 34. Direct snap, Barfield, not much here. Lucky to gain a yard. 2nd down and 9. Davis back to pass. He wants Harris again. Harris makes the grab, has another first. What a day for Jackson Harris. 2-minute timeout here in Honolulu. Approaching halftime as the Rainbow Warriors have a 11-point lead. Back to pass is Davis. Blitz on its way, but Davis gets it out quickly, finds the backup tight end. That's Devin Tauefa. 2nd and 1 from the 46. Play action, and back to pass is Davis, nearly taking a sack. He actually had a man wide open, but not enough time. 3rd down and 1. And from the 46, handoff, Barfield. I don't think he got it. He's short of the line to gain. 4th and 1, kind of in this no man's land territory. We're electing to punt it away here. We're going to chew up as much of this clock as possible and pin Stanford as deep as we can. Ended up being a decent return, and Stanford will have 1 minute and 5 seconds from their own 19 to try to get some additional points on the board. Quick throw and a timeout call. Brown back to pass, blitz on its way, gets it out to his tight end Roush, and that is a first. Clock stops momentarily, but is ticking once again. 50 seconds left in the half. We're in the backfield, hit as he throws is Brown, and it's incomplete. I've loved the pressure I'm seeing from the Rainbow Warriors D-line, but this time no pressure. Actually nearly intercepted and then nearly caught by the tight end. What a play that would have been. Falls harmlessly to the turf instead. 43 seconds left in the half. It's now a 3rd and 10. Brown looking to throw, panicking a bit there in the backfield, finds his target, but it is short of the first. 29 seconds left in the half. Perhaps Hawaii can find something here late. Davis is back to throw, and he wants Harris. A little bit overthrown. Harris can't manage to hold on to it after the big hit. 2nd and 10, 23 seconds left. Harris is the man in motion. Goes back the opposite way, and this one is intercepted and in a bad spot. Tackle is broken, and it's going to be a pick 6 for Stanford at the worst possible time. Davis trying to find Harris on that sort of give and go route where he came back to the inside and then bounced outside, but it was read the whole way by the Stanford defender, and it's a pick 6. And now we'll head into halftime with only a 4-point lead for Hawaii. So to halftime we go. Initially, it was all Rainbow Warriors taking the 14-0 lead. Now Stanford has worked their way back. It is 14-10. Hawaii still with the lead, and their defense is playing very well. Let's see if that pick 6 comes back to haunt us. 1st and 10 for Hawaii, as they will start with the football here in the second half. Davis back to pass. He wants Senecal, and he's got the grab. A pickup of 6. On 2nd and 4 now, Davis back to pass once again, and down he goes once again as our left tackle continues to struggle. So now a 3rd and 11. Davis back to pass again. Goes short for Harris, who does hold on, but we are nowhere near the line to gain. Well, Stanford's defense has clearly made some adjustments as we are struggling to find any type of offense now. Elijah Brown with time to throw, overthrowing his target who had his step. 2nd down and 10. And it's going to be a keeper for Elijah. as he gets close to the first, only a couple yards short. Cedric Irvin still in the backfield here for the 3rd down and short. And Irvin will indeed get the carry, and he will also get the first. So the 44 in Hawaii territory, as Stanford with a touchdown would take the lead in this one. Irvin, carry right side. Blocking was good, but the edge was set properly by the DB, Elijah Palmer. 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Brown scrambling to his left, has a blocker with him, but throws back across his body. Picks up a few yards. It's going to be 3rd and medium. 3rd and 7 from the 41. Brown throwing, swatted down before it can get to his man to the left. What a play. I believe that was Robinson with the swat away. So the Rainbows take back over. 14-10 still the score, but we have been struggling to find any form of offense since the first 2 touchdowns. Davis will look to throw, checks this down to Barfield, gonna need to make a man miss, and he can't do it. It's a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 now. Davis hit as he throws, but finds Jackson Harris, and he gets that 5 back and then a couple more. 3rd down and 8. Davis back to pass, and he's going deep, giving Senecal a chance once again, and it's tipped around, nearly intercepted, and ultimately incomplete. 6:51 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and there is no offense to be found on either side of the ball. Irvin with the carry, he'll find 3. The weather certainly impacting both of the teams. I mean, look at how dirty these white Stanford jerseys have gotten. As down goes Brown again, a big hit laid this time. It's Johnson the 3rd once again, and it is gonna be 3rd and 16. The blitzes have been well timed from the Warriors. Jackie Johnson the 3rd getting another one. 16 yards to go for the first. Have to get to the opposite 47 or so, as this one is completed. And is that going to happen? No, he's a yard short of the first, and they are bringing out the punting unit, but they almost got there, and that punt got shanked. So we will start from our own 38, so some pretty decent field position. 1st and 10 now, as Davis gets this out to Ashlock, has a blocker, and Ashlock with a good pickup to the 45. 1st down and 10 now. On the Stanford side of the field, this gets to Senecal, and it's going to be a decent pickup as he's tackled forward for 9. 2nd and 1 from the 37. Barfield in motion. Davis to throw. Barfield will get the catch, but he's tackled still a yard short of the first. 3rd down and 1. Davis is going to look to throw on this one, and he's got a man over the top. Oh my goodness, I thought Salavea caught that. But no, it is incomplete. 4th and 1 from the Stanford 36. And the Warriors are staying out on the football field. 1 yard to go, kind of in this no man's land territory. They're going to go for it, and it's going to be a handoff to Barfield. He didn't get it. Turnover on downs. Stanford will take over. 1st and 10. Neither team able to find any points recently. This will be a throw to Irvin, and with good speed, he gets 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Elijah Brown back to pass, and running out of time, down he goes again. Another sack for Hawaii, as Brown is just holding on to the ball too long. 3rd and 7 coming up from their own 38. Elijah Brown to throw once more, under some pressure, but he's taking a shot deep, and this one is incomplete, and it is going to be 4th down and 7. They will punt it again. It has been tough going for this offense recently. Last drive showed some promise, but fizzled out at the end. 1st and 10, Davis will throw, and he goes Barfield's way, but I guess the throw's a little late, and it forces him out of bounds. 2nd and 9. Davis throwing and finding Harris. Pick up a 5. So a 3rd down and 4. Davis throws. That's caught by the tight end, but that's a D end with that coverage. There's a reason I threw that so quickly to the tight end. I saw a defensive end on him, and I figured he'd get cooked. That was not the case. Another punt away. Stanford takes over as we approach the 4th quarter. Still down by 4. This defense still playing well. This one is completed. My goodness. thrown over top of the shoulders of the defender. 2nd down and 7, 15 seconds left in the 3rd. They could have let it go to the 4th, but they decide not to. Another catch by the tight end, seemingly the only guy that Elijah Brown has any chemistry with. 3rd and 5, a big time 3rd down here as we start the 4th quarter. Stanford, this is checked down to the wideout. I think he got the first, and they're going to credit him with it. 1st and 10. Brown hands off Irvin. Good blocking here to the outside. Irvin trucks one defender and then is brought down from behind. It's genuinely been a very good day for the halfback, Cedric Irvin. Feels like they should maybe still be going to the ground more, as it has worked more often than not. But Brown will throw this time, and that is completed for a first. Maybe some momentum for Stanford. Elijah Brown, 1st and 10, hands off Irvin. This time the run is picked up nicely. A blitz sent. The senior linebacker Logan Taylor in the backfield that time. And now it is an empty set for Brown on 2nd and 11. Changing the play and then throwing immediately for his tight end. That is completed. Sam Roush's 10th catch on the day. So now it's a 3rd and short. And it's a handoff. Irvin, nobody there to fill the gap on the right side. Irvin fighting for it and gets the first. Best possession in a while for Stanford. And this is the backup halfback, but it's going to be a similar result. 1st down for Stanford. That's Micah Ford on the carry. 8 minutes left to play in the game. It is a 2nd down and 7. As they approach the red zone, Elijah Brown, all kinds of time to throw, stepping up to scramble, one man between him and the end zone as he just runs past Mendiola Jensen and slides down at the 8. It's a 1st and goal for Stanford. 7.5 left to play in the game. It's a handoff Irvin, and this time we meet him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. On their 2nd attempt, Brown gonna keep it this time. Good block from the receiver to the outside. He's tackled forward and down at the 1. The closest that the Stanford offense has been to a touchdown all day. They are a yard away. Cedric Irvin is in the backfield. He will get the carry, and he is untouched into the end zone. And finally, the Stanford offense gets some points other than that field goal. They're into the end zone for the first time this season. And now that pick 6 hurts even worse. We'd still be up a score, but now we're down 3. 6.5 minutes left to be played, and we're asking DeMarshaus Davis to make a game-winning drive out of this one in his debut as a Rainbow Warrior. Gonna look to throw here and find Papunu for a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6. Davis back to pass again. This is for Ashlock. He can't hold on to it. Throw was a touch high. Not the easiest one to grab, but it hit him in the hands. 3rd down and 6 here. Davis will look to throw under pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. The O-line letting him down here. And really not much of a choice but to punt it away and hope for a defensive stop. 1st and 10 Stanford. An opportunity here to truly put this game out of reach if they can get to the end zone. 5 minutes left to play. We'll see how much they chew the clock here. If I'm them, I'm chewing the clock a lot. But down goes Elijah Brown as he looks to throw. Jackie Johnson with his 3rd sack on the day. They keep forgetting about him. That's his 2nd one where he's completely untouched. That is a big-time play in a big-time moment. As Brown hit as he throws, this one's going to be short of his target. Falls incomplete, and the defense did their job. So here we are, starting from our own 26. Another chance for Davis. This one will be a handoff to Sims. Nowhere to go, a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 now. Davis looking to throw, and he wants Jackson Harris. It's in and out of his hands. A drop from the man who has had a very good day. These are maybe not the best throws from Davis, but they're certainly catchable. That one in particular really felt like it should have been a grab. 3rd and 12. Davis throws again. This time it's for Ashlock. Ashlock has the catch, but is short of the first. And they want us to punt it away. And I think I have to agree here. 3 minutes left to be played. Brown hands off Irvin. Irvin breaks a tackle, breaks another, still fighting, and down after a pickup of 7. 2.5 minutes left to be played. Need the defense to do what they've been doing and get yet another stop throw, and this is going to be a first down to the tight end Roush. 2 minutes left to be played. A first down almost puts this game away, and it's a handoff to Irvin. Jackie Johnson, have yourself a day. First timeout used by Hawaii. Second down and 12. And this one is not going to Irvin. It's going to the air. The tight end with a grab, trying to break a tackle, and goes down after a pickup of 4. Third down and 8. Brown looking for that first hit as he throws again. It's incomplete. And that stops the clock and saves us a timeout. The defense has done their part once again. This Rainbow Warriors offense has not scored since the first quarter. And now they're looking to get on the board to win the first game of the season. Davis is back to pass and is throwing for his tight end to the outside. That is caught, and a big pickup for Salavea as we're going to hurry this one up. 1:30 left to be played. 25 now. Davis will throw on a running back screen to Sims, chased down from behind, and now it's 2nd and 9. Just about a minute left in the game. We do only need to get into field goal range. Davis back to pass again. And running out of time, he's going to scramble to his left, breaks out of a tackle, and heads out of bounds at the 45. 51 seconds left. It's a 3rd down and 2. Davis to throw. Down he goes. We're going to have to use that last timeout. So the game comes down to this play right here. 4th and 7. 47 seconds left to be played. Davis is back to pass. He wants Jackson Harris, and he gets the first. A big-time pickup for Harris. 40 seconds left to be played. Man in motion. Davis to throw, running out of time, finding Ashlock, and we're going to have to hurry this one up. Another 20 seconds left to be played. And this is going to be thrown to the outside for Sims, who gets out of bounds. Our kicker is Kansei Matsuzawa, and he has a kick power rating of 88. This is a 52-yard field goal for the young man. Let's see if he can make it in the first episode of the series. Kick is on its way. It's too far to the left, and I think it was short anyway. And Hawaii is gonna fall short of the victory here in week number 0. Stanford is going to sneak away with a victory that they did not deserve. They're on to take a knee, and Hawaii will start 0-1 in the series. Stanford getting a victory, mostly off of that pick 6. Hawaii unable to score after the 14 points in the first quarter, and they end up 0-1. So I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed the way the game played. The presentation seems better. The game feels slightly less arcadey than last year, but still with a good arcadey type of balance that is still very fun. And it truly felt like the AI adapted to what I was doing. I was going for quick, short throws over the middle, and oftentimes those were covered up later in the game. And not to mention that our O-line just was not playing very well. But that was super fun. To be honest, I think I need to make some slider adjustments in general. That is a Stanford team that, while they may not be super great in the ACC, on paper they're quite a bit better than our roster. So the fact that we were, kind of killing them in the first quarter and hanging with them throughout tells me that I probably need to make it at least a touch more difficult on the sliders, but we'll probably stick with default Heisman for at least a few weeks. If we take a look at team stats, we had 15 first downs, 272 yards of total offense. Really was a pretty good day for us offensively and especially defensively. We take a look at player stats, 30 for 43 for Davis. So I was noticing that the playbook is very pass heavy for Hawaii. Not a lot of run plays in there, which is something we may change in the future, but I'm kind of trying to run as though we're picking up where Hawaii is right now, and we're going to run as Hawaii runs. In the rushing game, Barfield, 2.6 average, 11 attempts for 29 yards. I mean, the running game just was not there. This is not a great O-line. What I'm seeing basically is that we're going to have to rely heavily on a quick pass game to try to get any type of yardage, especially if we play any type of good defensive line. In the receiving game, Jackson Harris out of the slot, 10 for 106 for him. really good day with his touchdown as well. Cam Barfield with 5 grabs. Bufele Ashlock, 4 grabs for 42. Senecal, 4 for 56. It was pretty easy to spread it around. This is actually a fairly talented receiver core for Hawaii. You know, maybe it's not the best in the whole world, but it is not bad whatsoever. Christian Perry, the left tackle, gave up 2 sacks today. And yeah, this O-line it needs a lot of work going forward. Defensively, Elijah Palmer led the team with 6 solo tackles, and Jalen Smith and Peter Manuma led the team with total tackles with 10. In terms of TFLs, Jackie Johnson with 4 of them leads the team. He also had 3 sacks. What a day for Jackie Johnson. 4 solo tackles. Every single one was a tackle for loss. And now, with the first game out of the way, we can take a look at recruiting and start spending some of our points. I really am immediately liking this edition of seeing if you're gaining or losing ground on a recruit. That's super cool. Just that little arrow honestly adds a lot. So we're still not even on the board for Shaq Moffitt. And look who is. It's the Syracuse Orange. I can't escape this team. If y'all are new to the channel, the entire dynasty for UConn in College Football 25, the Syracuse Orange stole player after player after player from me, and it looks like they're planning to do it again. And by the way, look at the motivations for Hawaii on the right side. The proximity to home is obviously good for Shaq because he's from Honolulu, but just know that that's going to be bad for basically any non-Hawaiian player. Playing time will typically be good for these players, and obviously campus lifestyle will be good, but otherwise this program sucks. Obviously for Shaq Moffitt, we're just going to be sending the house, and we talked about offensive line being a huge need. So I'm going to go in pretty hard on the 3-star left guard, Brett Aguilar, as well. We're going to send the house on him. Obviously, I know points are pretty limited with this Hawaii team. Just trying to focus on the real weak points and getting some type of star player on the roster. And then otherwise, we're going to spread around the points quite a bit. So went through and spent our 350 points. Like I said, other than these top 3 guys, I'm really kind of spreading things around quite a bit. Going a little bit heavier on some of these 3 stars and a bit less heavy on other guys where we're already scouting that position. I am putting 25 points into Dominic Cooks, an athlete. Figure athletes are quite a bit more valuable at this stage for us since we, just need a little bit of everything. And if it's a guy who can do a little bit of everything, then that's beneficial and we can just move him wherever we need to. But for now, our main man is Shaq Moffitt. Hopefully we can get him interested, and we'll see if I ultimately have another player stolen by the Syracuse Orange. We do have a number of players at risk of transferring out, especially due to us having F on championship contender. We're obviously far, far away from being able to contend. Went ahead and advanced the week. Of course, we are 0-1. It was just week 0, so a lot of teams likely have not played games yet, and that appears to be the case for most of the top 25. Kansas State and Iowa State actually played each other. Here's your first look at the top 25, though. The team at the top is Texas, and then you've got Penn State, Ohio State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Clemson, LSU, Alabama, and Illinois to round out the top 10. Then here is the rest of the top 25. Feel free to pause and take a look. As for our conference, we have played a game already, and Fresno State has played a game, but nobody else in the Mountain West has played yet. Obviously, the top dog in the Mountain West is Boise State, and it looks like San Diego State has a pretty solid overall as well, but generally a pretty weak conference that I think we can win some games in. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Let me know what you thought of the gameplay, how it looks, how it feels, and how the episode overall went. I felt like the game was a little long for my liking, so I might lower the time to 11 minutes, but we'll probably roll with what I'm rocking with for at least the first 4 games or so, and then kind of reevaluate. Well, let me know if you're excited about the series with Johnny Sparkplug McNulty as the new head coach of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And if you haven't done so, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as we're on the path to 6,000 subs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and shout out to the channel members for the continued support. If you can't tell, I am still a little bit sick. I think you could probably hear it a little bit in my voice, and I would like to just apologize for like the 3-week gap in videos, but you guys are always so understanding and so supportive, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But I will see you guys in the next episode, where Hawaii takes on the Arizona Wildcats in the first road game on the season.